Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Back to our channel, family channel. This video isn't going to be like my regular typical video. In this video I want to talk about the struggles and what life is like having a toddler on the pretty much 100th percentile, but also when he was a baby he was too, so not necessarily toddler but just my big boy. They're running around everywhere right here playing, so you will hear them, but yeah, so this video is just kind of like my struggles, and I'm hoping it can reach other moms who have the same struggles and we can help each other. But yeah. Okay, so I did write down kind of everything that I wanted to talk about because I don't want to forget anything. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the struggle of finding him clothes, which has been a struggle since the beginning of time, since he was born. Let's just start there. When he was born, he was 9 pounds 1 ounce. We were in the hospital for 3 days. The first day he wore newborn. The second day he was already wearing size 0 to 3 months. Diapers, like, that's another struggle I'm going to talk about, but diapers in the hospital, he never fit into newborn diapers. They automatically put him into size 1. He never fit into newborn diapers. So yeah, he was 9 pounds 1 ounce. He was, I forget how many inches. He was pretty tall though. I have to look back on his little chart. But yeah, clothes has been so hard finding him clothes. When he was younger, it was a little bit easier because we can just up the sizes a little bit. You know, he could wear when he was maybe, I don't know, a month old, he was wearing 3 to 6 months, and from there it was just kind of like more and more and more. But as he got older, it was really hard, really hard, because his waist was a lot wider, and so the pants are really long. Even though they fit his waist, they would be super long. He can't really wear jeans because they aren't comfortable for him, and honestly jeans aren't comfortable for me either, so it's kind of, you know, I try to get him more joggers or sweats or, you know, just stretchy pants. He did wear kind of like those legging pants that, you know, they put on babies like for the little matching outfits. He did wear those for a long time. So clothes is always a struggle. Right now he is 2. He just turned 2 in August and it just turned November. So he just turned 2 a few months ago, and he's wearing size 8 in little boys. 7 to 8. It just really depends on the brand. Like the shirt he's wearing now is a size 7. But pants, it's pretty much 8 unless they're like super stretchy and run big. And it's really hard because he should be wearing size 2T or, you know, around there, but he's not. He's wearing size 8 in little boys. He is tall. He's pretty tall. Like, he is almost, no, he's 37 inches. And the average for the boy his age is 34 inches. So he's a little bit above what he should be, or the average. Which is okay. I don't mind having a tall baby. My family is tall on both sides. But it makes it really hard, like, finding pants because his waist is bigger, but then the pants are made for an 8-year-old boy. So they are, or not an 8-year-old boy, I guess. I guess it just depends. I don't really know, because like the sizes before would go from like 4T, 5T, you know, that's like 4 toddler, right? 5 toddler, I guess. So it kind of went from ages, so now it's like sizes. So I don't really know like how old you're supposed to be to wear size 8. I mean, everyone's different, but yeah, so it's really hard. But you know, we make it work. A lot of the times I try to just buy him joggers, things of that, because it works out better for him. He's more comfortable, he plays better, and I mean, he doesn't want to be sitting there in some tight jeans all day, like, and I know his dad loves to buy him jeans, but I hate putting him in jeans. So that is kind of like our first struggle. Shirts aren't necessarily too bad because we can, you know, easily roll up the sleeves, or, you know, but most of the time he fits pretty good. Like the size that he's wearing now, size 7 shirt, it fits him like perfect. So it just really depends. It's a little bit harder with jackets to find him like jackets that fit him good. Some long sleeves are pretty hard for him because he has really chunky thick arms, so the long sleeves are really tight on him. So that's kind of why I like to size up just a little, or just get him short sleeves. But yeah, so that is one struggle so far, clothes. So the next struggle that I want to talk about is shoes. So shoes, finding this kid's shoes, he didn't even wear shoes until he was about 18 months. Because we couldn't find any shoes, not even Crocs, that would fit his big foot. Because he had like, he was so chunky that like the top of his foot was like this, you know, so like this part, like the shoe wouldn't go, like, you know what I mean, like if you know, you know. So finding him shoes was very hard. It got to the point where I had to get him those shoes that were socks, like the sock shoes, because there was just no shoe that would stretch so that he could put his foot into the actual shoe. But I had to size up in the shoe to make sure that there was enough room, but then it would be too long. You know what I mean? Like the length was too long for his foot. So it was kind of a constant battle. So half the time he was either barefoot or just in socks. There was a few times where we were able to get Velcro sandals to where it was barely covering, like the Velcro was barely on, because yeah, it was just such a big struggle. I think until he hit maybe I want to say maybe 20 months, 18 to 20 months. That's when we started noticing that he was able to wear a few shoes, some shoes, mostly the Velcro shoes, 10 shoes finally. A cat. Velcro shoes. So now he's able to wear a little bit more variety of shoes. Like he can fit into Crocs now and things like that. He is a size 10 to 11, which is insane. His feet are humongous. He's super tall. Like the age, like he towers over them easily. So yeah, his feet are a little bit better. He is super pigeon-toed, just like me. He got it from me and my family and my genetics. So he does trip and fall a little bit more. So I do tend to like him to be in socks or barefoot more. But when we do go out, you know, obviously I put shoes on him, you know, things like that. So next struggle I'm going to talk about is diapers. So diapers. When he was born, like I said, he wore size 1 diapers. He grew so fast out of all his diapers. And it got to a point where he was not even 1 yet. And we had to literally put him in pull-ups because they were just like giving him rashes, and like on his groin they were just, it was so red from rubbing, and his legs were so thick and so chunky. There were so many rolls that he had to wear pull-ups because there was no diapers that we could find to fit him. And with Pampers, they go up to size 8. Nope, they wouldn't. The Huggies, like size 7, that's the biggest that Huggies goes. No, it wouldn't. Nothing. I tried so many different diapers on him, and that was the only thing that I could find that fits him. So finally, when he started thinning out a little bit more, we tried the Pampers size 8 again, but we noticed that the Pampers, they don't really stretch a lot. So we decided to go back to the Huggies, the stretchy ones, and those ones worked perfect. And he's been in size 7 Huggies since probably about like 8 months, and now it's kind of just like he's not necessarily like, I don't know if he's thinning out, but he's getting taller, so his legs aren't as short and stubby and rolly, like, you know, like he had so many rolls, like it looked like there was thousands of rubber bands on him because he was like so cute and so chunky. But so he's in size 7 now. I feel like he's kind of growing out of them a little bit, but they still fit. So he's 2 now, a little bit over 2, so we're thinking of potty training him soon, so we'll see how that goes. And compared to like his brother, it's so different because his brother is over 1 and he's still in size 3, so it's totally different. Okay, the next struggle I'm going to talk about is the car seat. He has been riding front, which I know you're not supposed to do till you're 2, but he met the weight and height requirements. So we switched him around once he turned 1, a little bit after 1, to forward facing. And he wasn't in that one much longer. We got him, well, my mom actually got him another one that is more, it sits up more, but it's still kind of the same. Like you can still tilt it back if you wanted to, but we just kept it more, a little bit more up, instead of like cradling. And he's had that one since, but he is so, I don't know what it is, if it's like he's tall or it's just too big, I don't really know, but it's on the biggest setting that it can go, and it fits him okay right here. It's almost at the point where it's too tight, but it fits him on his body, but the part that comes in between his legs is like, doesn't, like if I clip it in, it's suffocating him, and I feel so bad, but it's like, you know what I mean, like I don't really know what else, I didn't know what else to do. So that's why I'm going to go to the store, and I'm going to get him a booster, but the boosters that also come with the back and the headpiece, because he's too little for just the regular booster. So I'm going to go to the store and look for one of those. And yeah, that's pretty much kind of like the only thing with the car seat, is that, you know, he's just, it just doesn't click right, like it's just too tight on him, and I don't know, it's on the biggest setting, so there's not much that I can do, you know. So, and his feet just tower over, like they just dangle down, like almost touching the car floor, and it's insane. So yeah, that's my struggle with the car seat. So the last struggle that I'm going to talk about is judgment, which is really hard. Hold on, guys. Okay, sorry guys, I had to take a little break because they started fighting. So the last struggle is obviously judgment. So this was, I've been getting like comments on him since he was little, since he was born. A lot, I want to say that he gets a lot of compliments. Like, he's always like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, he's the cutest kid I've ever seen. Like, he's been getting compliments like that since he was born. But he also gets a lot of comments where they're like, oh my gosh, he's so big, how old is he? Oh my gosh, he's only 2. No thank you. He's only 2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, things like that. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I know, you know, he's on the bigger side. And bless you. And even like from family members, I've had comments where they were like, sunshine, where they were like, you need to watch what you're feeding him. Hi. And things like that, where it was to the point where he was not even eating solids yet, and people were making comments like that, and he was only on milk. How the heck am I supposed to watch what I'm feeding him when he's only drinking formula? Anyways, hold on guys, I'll be right back. And also, I think that people would make comments like this because they see that I'm bigger and they think that, oh, she probably doesn't eat healthy, she eats whatever she wants because she's big, that she's doing the same thing to her son, which that is not the case at all. Because I literally take pictures of their food all the time, what I feed them. I try to feed them decent, you know what I mean? Like, during the holidays it's a little bit harder because there's candy and junk and cake and food and everything, you know, the holidays, you know what I mean? Even as adults we struggle. So I think the holidays is like the time, like especially Halloween just passed and he's like, candy, 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 and I'm like, okay kid, you need to chill out now. But yeah, so I never try to overfeed him. I give him what he, you know what I mean? Like, I let him eat at his own pace. I let him eat what, like, you know what I mean? Like, if he doesn't finish his plate, I don't sit there and make him finish his plate. If he's done, he's done. So, okay guys, I'm sorry I keep like stopping, but they literally, these kids are insane. So it is such a big like struggle because people think that I feed my kids like bad and that's why they're big, when that's not the case at all. He's always been big, always been tall, always been chunky. He's, you know what I mean? Like, he was born over 9 pounds. Like, come on. And yeah, and it also helps having my second son because he is like average, I guess you can say. And it just goes to show you that like, maybe if my kids were all big and all chunky, maybe I could think, you would think like, oh yeah, like it's genetics, or you know what I mean, they just overeat or whatever you want to call it. For me, I want to say he might have got my genetics. My family is pretty big, like they're big and they're tall, and he's kind of has those traits, but at the same time, like my other son, he's not like that at all. So it does help a little bit that people don't judge as much, I feel like. But when it's just me and my son, I feel like they judge more. But it is a struggle to carry him. He weighs, I weighed him the other day, he is 56 point something, I don't remember pounds. So almost 57 pounds. So yeah, he is really heavy. He breaks my back almost every single day. Luckily he walks and he can get into the car by himself because I just have to lift a little. But it's a big struggle trying to have him, carry him if he needs help, or you know, things like that. And then also have my other son who's 1 and he's having to carry him, and then also having to help him. It's kind of hard, like, and I can't complain. I have them back to back, but it still doesn't change the fact that it makes it harder. So a lot of the times I won't carry him. I make him walk everywhere. His dad does pick him up more and carry him more. But yeah. So yeah, those were kind of like the most significant struggles that I've been dealing with for the past 2 years. And I just wanted to come in here and share that with you and kind of address it, because I don't want people to like, obviously there's going to be people that judge him and judge me, but I don't want people to think that I like abuse my kids in the way of food. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and like talk about my story and my struggles. And a lot of people tell me too, like, oh, he'll grow out of it, he'll, you know what I mean, like he'll have a growth spurt and he'll thin out, which if that happens, great. But if it doesn't, I don't want him to feel how I felt my whole life. I want him to be confident, and I want him to love himself, and I want him to stick up for himself if people name call or things like that. So I hope that, like, you know, things work out and, you know, he's healthy and, you know, things like that. Like I don't know why he's so huge, but I love him and we all love him. And yeah, he's just a big kid, and yeah, and everyone tells me all the time that he's gonna be a football player, so hopefully it works out. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to go get him a new car seat, so I'll go ahead and like take you guys with me when I do go get that. And then yeah, there wasn't very many options as in booster seat car seats, so I was just looking around, and yeah, this was the one that I found. My audio cut out, of course, but I went ahead and got this one. This was just a plain black and gray one, and that's all I really found. I also decided to get him a few pairs of joggers. I got him a pair of shoes just because he's growing so fast, and yeah, that was it. Okay, I'm just gonna make the outro. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. Thank you guys for going on this journey with us. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.